Alright, hello everyone. I'm back after so long. It's been almost 3 months. I've been pretty busy. I've been trying to figure out, college stuff because I just recently had an audition, so... Give me 1 second. There's just one small thing I need to adjust. That should hopefully do. I just gotta publish this on another thing on my X. Copy. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, I am back after about 3 months. And we have the Acclamator here. So, this is the one that I said that I would most definitely do whenever I got back, or whenever I streamed next. So I figure let's go ahead and get into it. I've kept y'all waiting more than long enough. As you can see, we have a still from Attack of the Clones here. And yeah, this has been sitting in my closet for months at this point. So let's go ahead and open it up. Adjust that a little bit. Okay. You know what? This wouldn't be so much of an issue if I hadn't just clipped my nails the other day. But they were annoying me, so I decided to go ahead and clip them. Right, let me see if maybe this will get it open. Yep. So there were 4 bags in here, all of which are stickers. And like I said, there's no stickers, which I did find kind of weird whenever I first built the Acclamator. Like I said, I have 2 of them. But here's the Acclamator's instruction manual. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have a brief introduction from one of the lead designers, I believe. then we have a technical overview of the Acclamator, as you can see here. Right, to go more in depth as far as like the actual build, I might have actually read it out, but I'm kind of not pressed for time, but I still have a lot of other things to do. So, kind of I am. But this one isn't too long to build, so. Okay. I don't get why these ones are still stuck in here. There we go. That's all. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, we do actually need this one open as well. Put the separator up here. So I actually have 2 more sets coming in the next few days. I have the 327th Battle Pack, the Star Core, the massively overpriced one. The only reason I got it was because of a promotion on Amazon, and also I had a gift card that I could use, so I figured why not. And then the other one is Columbo from Fortnite. So after that, after I get that set, I literally only have one more Lego Fortnite set that I wouldn't have, like an official set. I'm not talking about the brickheads. I think the only one that I wouldn't have is the Bone Peely set, the statue. Like I said, I also, actually, I don't know if I said this or not. I do have Mecha Team Leader, which at some point soon I will build, although I'll probably hold that off until a little bit earlier in April, just because I still have a little bit of things that I need to get taken care of before I can realistically make a full return to streaming. I'm thinking, I don't know, because it was an idea, but so many people have already done it, and they've done it better. But I was thinking about maybe just making a hardcore world and then streaming that on Minecraft, since I've gotten back into it with one of my friends, and this is the first time that I've ever beaten the Ender Dragon without having cheats on, so I'm thinking about possibly making a hardcore world and streaming that. Although, like I said, I'll have to see, because way too many people have done it. But I figure if I'm ever, needing a cooldown on something, or just needing a de-stressor, then I can just hop on. And then my next gaming stream, I'll probably pick up Pac-Man World again, because I really want to play the remastered version of World 2. And I don't want to do that until I've finished 1. Kind of makes me wonder what they'll do for 3. Kind of wonder if it'll be a true remaster or if it'll be more like a rewrite. Although, truthfully, I haven't seen many games do that for a remaster. They've just remastered it instead of like redoing or remaking it. So, I wonder what'll happen for World 3. But I think it'll be fine. I'll probably still play it either way. If not for enjoyment, then simply to, you know, document it and give a critique. Honestly, if I were to give my honest opinion, I think they should remake World 3 and then they should revive Pac-Man Adventures, because World 3 was originally supposed to be Pac-Man Adventures, but then they decided to scrap it, and then the people in charge of it were like, make this into a Pac-Man World game. So they kind of, I feel like more could have been done as far as the story and also the gameplay. I can get why some people don't like Pac-Man World 3, but in my opinion, it is actually the... I like it the most out of them. I won't necessarily say it's the best, but out of all of them, I'd say it's my favorite. So, I actually heard some of the soundtrack from World 2 Remastered, and I liked it quite a bit. Although I do kind of wish that they would have remastered it a little bit more, like made it a little bit more noticeable. But the soundtrack for World 2 was still pretty good. The remastered one, that is. And the original. It's not to take away from the original. So here we have the hangar doors, like so, and then I assume these white studs are supposed to be LAATs or something. But yeah, when I heard that World 2 had gotten a remaster, I was like, I gotta get it immediately, and I got it just a few days after it had released, but I've not played it yet because I wanted to wait until I had gotten World 1 remastered under my belt, which I've only done one stream on that, but hopefully in the coming weeks I'll be able to get further on it. I've just been a bit busy is all. Which sucks, because I actually did find World 1, what I played, enjoyable. So I'm hoping that I'll find more time come mid-April, because that's whenever a lot of my classes will end. All of my ensembles and my music lessons somewhat, but I still have my juries to go through. So, that's what's happening. Yeah, when I talk about like World 3 and how I think they should remake it and then revive Pac-Man Adventures, I kind of wish they would have done the same for Crash Bandicoot 4. Because I like The Wrath of Cortex a lot. Despite its flaws. But, I think that Wrath of Cortex probably could have done well with a remake. Not necessarily a remaster, but like, you know, remaking some of the combat, remaking some of the levels, and like reviving some of the old concept art from it. I think it could have benefited a lot from it for a game that quite a few people did enjoy, but many people who played it, even those who liked it, have problems with it. But I mean, that's the one that I first played. And then after that, after I played Wrath of Cortex, I played Crash Tag Team Racing. So I didn't get the trilogy until I got the Insane Trilogy. So for that, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit weird kind of for me to think about. But I know a Wrath of Cortex remake / remaster is probably not going to happen, especially since they've pretty much rewritten the timeline with the new Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. They've essentially said that the old Crash 4 is no longer part of the main timeline, which sucks because Crunch was actually one of my favorite characters. Even with his Mr. T personality, I prefer the Crunch personality in Nitro Kart and Wrath of Cortex. But even with his Mr. T personality, I still liked him. He goes here. Okay. But yeah, I'm hoping that World 3 does at least get something. I think a survey went out for people who had gotten World 2, which, if that is the case, that sucks, because I got World 2 like right after it had released, and I never heard anything about a survey. I would have gladly filled that out. Like, I would have given my opinion on what could possibly make it better, as if they're gonna listen to me. But I'm very much in the camp of, I feel like it could do with a remake, but I wouldn't say no to a remaster. But I mean, the main thing that turned people off from it was the disconnect from what was Pac-Man World. Because a lot of people felt that World 3 was too dark of a Pac-Man game. Or at least a Pac-Man World game. Because I'm sure not as many people would have an issue with it if it were to have been Pac-Man Adventures. I don't think as many people would have had an issue with it. But because they were expecting another Pac-Man World game, of which there had already been 2, that kind of set the expectations somewhere where a lot of people didn't expect, or that kind of made it to where people were expecting something a lot lighter than what we got, instead of like a, you know, doomsday scenario like we got in Pac-Man World 3. But I mean, that's part of what I liked about World 3. is like putting someone who is ostensibly as cheerful as Pac-Man into a scenario like that. It was very interesting to see, and I liked it a lot. And I feel like a lot of the people who like it specifically for that reason as well. I mean, I could be wrong, but I very much liked it. I liked the darker tone. And like, I can understand people who say that they didn't like it for a couple different reasons. One, the Pac-Man World games before were not near to the level of World 3 in terms of like stakes. And then also, some people would say that Pac-Man is a character that doesn't or shouldn't be like that dark, or placed into a storyline that is a lot more, I guess, edgy would be maybe a term to use. But I will say it was quite an experience to play. It was entertaining. And it was also the first World game with full voice acting as well. And also they brought back the voice actor from World 3 for Pac-Man into World 2 Remastered. So something objectively good happened about that. I don't think many people are complaining. And if they are, then I don't know what for. But yeah, I hope that World 3 at least gets something. Because I especially like the soundtrack. That's why I have it in the background right now for some of my this playlist. I needed copyright-free music, and so I decided OSTs were probably the way to go for that. Because a lot of them don't have like copyright claims on YouTube, or at least not as much. And at first it was just Fortnite OSTs, like the lobby music. But then I got to thinking, what other games could I introduce to my playlist? And Pac-Man World 3 was up there as part of it. So that was kind of my thought process. I don't know. I know a lot of people who are like, who would hear this probably wouldn't know a word I'm saying about these games, because Pac-Man World is not that well known. Like, they might have more to say on Crash Bandicoot, but as far as Pac-Man World, a lot less people know about that series than others like Crash. But yeah, I do need to get back into Crash 4 as well, because I was playing that for a time. I was streaming that for a time. I got quite a bit of progress on it. I didn't get to the end, I didn't get to the end boss, but I got through, like, at least 5 of the worlds, I think. So, I have quite a bit set out for me to do. And now that my auditions are over and I've been accepted, I can rest a bit easier, at least until the semester ends. but I have more than enough Legos to sustain me for probably 2 weeks of streaming, assuming I don't do it every day, and like once every 2 or 3 days. But I am very much trying to, actually get back into it. Ugh, stop. So let's hope no more complications arise. Okay. There we are. Yeah, like I always say in my streams, if y'all have any suggestions as to what I should do or any games that I should play, let me know, because I would actually enjoy getting access to new games, and I actually have the ability to get new games, so I'm definitely open to suggestions. Let's see, can I push that in further? Yes, I can. Right, there we go. Yeah. And then, alright, so now we have the thrusters done. That's another thing that sucks. Is when I talk about more niche games like this, I have barely anyone to actually talk to about it, because people just don't know about them. So that's what the back looks like currently. Yeah, I decided to go ahead and start again with the Acclamator, because that's the one that I had said that I'd do. And seeing it's been 3 months, the least I could do is at least keep my promise as to doing this one next. There we go. I mean, we're already almost halfway through it, so. But yeah, another thing was that personal circumstances had just taken me out. We recently had a death in the family, and that's introduced many complications for us. Because it was the person that owns the house that we're living in, so we have to figure out stuff for that. We're likely gonna have to move, but there's a small possibility that we might be able to stay. We're just kind of waiting. And I figured I could go ahead and sort of, de-stress with this. since that's what I used to do last semester as well. But then this semester I got a lot more busy with trying to finish my stuff from my audition. Didn't get all of it, but I still got in. The instructor was very impressed with me doing so well on an instrument that I've never played before. So I have been set for my major. Maybe someday you'll hear me in a video game OST like this. I say half jokingly. I'd love to, but I feel like it'd be quite a bit of stress. But then again, that's kind of what I signed up for as a musician. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Still working a little bit on the front for this bag. But yeah, that my being able to play and stuff like this might actually not be as much of a pipe dream as I think. We have my degree has a music business and entrepreneurship course that I'm required to take, so hopefully that'll help me out in learning a bit more on how to arrange things like that. Opportunities for me, so if that happens, I'll definitely let y'all know. Here. I really kind of wish I was able to hear the stream right about now. I can't tell if this is... I can tell if the stream volume is good or not. I think it is. I have the preset to what it normally is. My mic is only slightly louder than the music, which is what I normally have it set at, but it's been 3 months, so I don't assume much will change, but if it does, then I hope not too much. So now we're working on the, not the wings, but like the sides of the hull. For lack of a better word, or words. Yeah, like I said, there's no stickers on here, which I found a little weird. Whenever I first built these, the first 2 times. But honestly, I'd much prefer that, because then I don't have to try and get something as precise as that. And that, the Republic Navy symbol. I also need to invest in like better camera equipment or computer equipment as well. I've been looking into a new mic and also an audio interface, because if I'm trying to record music, then that would greatly help me. And the one that I'm looking into, well, not specifically made for it, is I'm pretty good at it. I know a lot of instrumentalists and vocalists will use it, but I mean, it's a pretty popular mic even without that as well. So, but altogether it would probably cost around $900, and while I could, you know, have that in not much time, it's still something that I need to actually think about whether or not I'd be able to use realistically. Otherwise, I'm buying another instrument. I just got a new recorder recently. It's made of wood, and that set me back a couple $1,000s. So I'm hoping that I can sort of continue the momentum that I was building, or rather, I guess revive would be a bit more of an accurate word. I was actually doing pretty good. I actually had the time to practice without getting too overstressed. But for now, I'm just trying to slowly build that back up, so that over the summer I might be able to do a full practice regimen across all my instruments that I'm gonna take seriously, which is quite a few. So let's hope I can. I think I'll be able to. Okay, it's this one. And this is going to be the divider between the thrusters. Doesn't matter which side I do it on. I forgot a piece. Right there. But yeah, I've also been looking more into foreign language studies as well, because I'm going to have to take German for my degree. And that will be my 8th foreign language that I've taken through a college. So It won't be too difficult for me, but it'll still be quite the experience, I think. Because I also do want to travel, not just for work, but also just to explore. Because I have quite a few places that I'd like to go. Not just Germany, not just Japan, not just China, but I mean, like, other places such as, you know, Korea, Russia, especially Russia. That's one that I've been interested in as of late. And I even studied Russian for a bit, but without any outside instruction, it kind of got a lot more difficult than I would have liked it to be. So I didn't get too far in it. And unfortunately, the college that I'm going to doesn't really offer it because I'm assuming no one really takes it. I mean, they've already announced that they're getting rid of their Chinese department, or at least not offering Chinese classes anymore, which sucks. Because I was really planning on taking it. At least a few courses there. Here's one. And now we're making the bridge of the Acclamator. Oh, that's something. Borderlands is also another game that I'm going to try and get back into. I know that I never did actually start 3 for y'all. I'm still working on the, I was still working on the DLCs for Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel. And then I haven't even touched 1 because I never got it. I might be able to. Question is, would I be that interested in it? And then I don't even know about Borderlands 4 because I've heard of it. I've heard a lot of negative reviews about it, but I might do it just for reviewing it. So I do genuinely like Borderlands as a franchise, but do I want to ruin my perception of it based on the 4th? Because I know some people have strong opinions about that. Alright. Now we're on. Okay, so now we're finishing up the cockpit, or the bridge. This is not a single occupancy vehicle. here's the bridge. And now I think we're working on the sides of the hull. Yes. What other games could I get back into? Phasmophobia is one, although the thing with Phasmophobia is that it kind of gets the fun taken out of it once you actually know how to play the game. The only exception is if you're trying to go like the apocalypse route, but I'm sure even that gets old for some. I'm surprised this stream probably won't even take an hour. Or it'll probably just be like just over an hour. But kind of surprised at how fast this went. 1x5. Plus Repo is also another one. We still have that world that we never finished. Little Man Carson and I. We still have not died. We're up to like level 37, I think. Granted, that is with mods, but I mean, come on, who doesn't use mods? And I'm sure one of y'all are gonna be in the comments or the chat saying, "I don't use it." Use it. It'll make your trust me, it'll make your games a lot better. I think Phasmophobia and Repo might be nice to revisit. Borderlands I definitely need to get back into. So I'm gonna try and get through all of 3. I got the director's cut of it, which still don't know if I made the right choice on that, but I'm gonna choose to say that I did for now, and we'll see just how it goes. And then I've never streamed Minecraft, but at some point I might. Like I said, I might start a new hardcore world and then see where it goes from there. Yeah, like I'm trying to. Cause I'm thinking about it. I really only stuck to a few games. I mean, what? It's been Borderlands, Fortnite, which I may just do pre-recordings of it. I'm not sure if I'll do actual streams of it. Borderlands, Pac-Man World, which I'm going to get back into at some point. Probably like April, like I said. Honestly, I have kind of an idea. I might just go through like all the games that I've gotten from Epic's weekly free game, and then I might just play it and see like how it is, and then sort of like give a review on it at the end. And that way, if people are interested in it, then they can see it themselves. That's it for this side of the hull. So as you can see here, we have the Republic insignia on here. Here's the underside of it. And then goes on like so. And then here's the underside from this side. And now we can move on to the last bag. Now we can make the other side of the hull and then the stand for it. I've also been thinking about like doing skits with these sets that I've recently acquired. Although, admittedly, most of the sets that I've gotten belong to the Republic Navy. Few exceptions, such as a few ties. Both versions of Django's Slave 1, and then I also got the Invisible Hand. But I mean, yeah, like I said, LEGO really needs to come out with newer versions of the Separatist Navy, because I do have a droid HMP, like the droid gunship, but I mean, they've recently come out with what, the AAT, which was a while ago, which some fans didn't like, and then they just recently came out with the MTT, which is way overpriced. I mean, like, what else have they come out with? They've come out with what, like the spider walker, like the dwarf spiders that come with like the ATTE? I genuinely can't think of much else. And then they come out with this like smart play stuff instead of actually listening to LEGO fans. Like I think my time buying LEGO might be up soon just because of how bad it's become. Like I did this to revive a hobby that I had. And then they come up with this stuff. ridiculous, man. Least you could do is actually listen to the fans who've been loyal to you. Like, not everything has to be a display. You can make playsets, but then the playsets that they come up with have some kind of gimmick with them, and then they don't look good because of that gimmick. Makes me wonder if that site for the for like feedback is just a hoax. Because they seem to not take the feedback that we give them seriously. It's like I know a lot of LEGO fans that want more Separatist Navy stuff, and then they don't end up going with that. They end up going with like Smart Play or non-Separatist Navy stuff, but still Navy, like, or still Separatist. Like they do, like they did the NTT, like I said. And like they have battle packs, sure, that include droids, but I mean, what, the one with the Octoptara droid had that and then a stat, and then the Star Corps had just a dwarf spider and a few super battle droids. Like, we want more ships, not just droids. It's like, I am lucky to have the Tri-Fighter and the Vulture droid from the 75,000 series. And like I have both Actus fighters as well. I have Anakin's and Obi-Wan's. And Anakin's is the original 7500 or 75,000 as well. Obi-Wan's is 75,100. 75135, I think. Tri-Fighter's 75044, I think. I think the Vulture droid was 31. Can't remember. But I mean, it's disappointing how LEGO has just seemingly stopped caring about stuff like that. Now they're only going for like display sets or new gimmicky sets, or just battle packs, which are in a way kind of being used as display sets now, just to, you know, build armies. I mean, there's no problem with that, but it'd be nice to actually get new stuff, like new ships that belong to the Separatists. And we've been getting quite a bit of Empire sets, I will say. We got the UCS Interceptor, and then we got the new bomber. As bad as Rise of Skywalker was, we also got the Sith Fighter. But and I mean, I'm sure that they would make money off of Separatist sets, because people would want to build their armies to counteract the Republic armies that they have. I know I would. I mean, what, the closest they've gotten is probably like the Advent calendars. But what, if anything, they'll give you one small version of it. Like, they also need to release a Lucre Hulk at some point. And a Munificent. Because, I mean, we've got the Providence with the Invisible Hand, and then we also don't have the Recusant. I mean, like, they did the Malevolence way back when. And then they actually were doing Tri-Fighters and Vulture Droids. But now they just... It's like they've quit. They're only going for the Republic now. Hopefully, with the... hopefully with more prequel fans actually, you know, getting the ability to get money, it'll hopefully spur on LEGO to actually build more of those sets. Or to design them. But I will say, I've got only one more LEGO Fortnite set to collect, and it's the Bone Peely. Like I said, so we've built the Battle Bus on stream, and we've built that Durburger statue on stream. I have Sparkplugs Camp, I have the Durburger Restaurant, I have a Supply Llama, I have Mecha Team Leader, which is quite the expensive set. And then I just bought Klombo, and he's on the way. And I think that's all of like the actual sets instead of like just the Brickhead, instead of including the Brickhead. Which I'm not sure if I'd get, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, I was thinking about like maybe recording some skits with Legos. As to whether or not I will, I'm not sure. That would require time and editing skills, which I'm not good at. I mean, I could do it, but... So here, the Acclamator itself is done. Well, kinda. There's one last step for it. Oh, whoa. Okay, I thought I was seeing something. Never mind. So, these little magnifying glass pieces go over like this. Like so. And then here's the Acclamator from the front. From the bottom, you can also get the hangers open. This is the third one, the third Acclamator that I have. The other two I already built. Because, like I said, I use this kind of as a method to de-stress. And I just so happen to have multiples. Another. Yeah. And these giant pieces. I'm kind of trying to think which set I should do next. I'm thinking about possibly doing Ahsoka's Actus next, because I did also get hers. Although I might do another Fortnite set, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look through the ones that I have currently, because I have quite a few sets. So, if any of y'all have a suggestion, I'll gladly let y'all chat it or leave it in the comments. I have a, like I said, I have Ahsoka's Actus Fighter, as well as the Sparkplugs Camp, the Zerburger Restaurant. I have the Supply Llama, and then I just got Klombo. I have Mecha Team Leader as well, the big statue of him. I have 2 battle packs. One is the Octoptara droid, and then the other is the Starcore one. And then I think I also have, I'm pretty sure I have another one. I'm also thinking about getting the ATTE soon. So, if y'all have a suggestion, I'll gladly hear it. That's why. This is, not where it should be. That's where it should be. So now we put the display plate on. So here is the display base with the display plate. You can see there. Similar to the one that was given with the invisible hand. So you can place it on. Right there. There's a dark gray 2x3 that aligns perfectly with right along here, along that little piece. So you can easily just put that on, and now you have the Acclamator, and I have my third. So I have 3 Acclamators and the Venator now. I have 4 arcs, so I have like a full Republic fleet. Oh, that's another one that I got. I also got Captain Rex's X-wing X-wing Y-wing microfighter. So I might do that one if I'm like pressed for time, because that one shouldn't even take a half hour. But this is the Acclamator, a frigate of the Republic. So I have finally fulfilled my promise. After 3 months, I said that I would in fact do the Acclamator next. And like I said, the display base is similar to the Invisible Hand, which I have right here. Although this one is a capital ship, it's not a frigate. A Providence class cruiser. Although the size difference is barely there. This one is supposed to be, the Invisible Hand is supposed to be a lot bigger. This makes me wonder if they'll ever release a UCS version of it. I hope so, but only time will tell, I suppose. They need to add more Separatist Navy capital ships. The actual cruisers. They need to add the Lucrehulk, because that one was in all 3 movies. And then I think the Munificent and the Recusant would also be good. Both of those were in episode 3. But, well, the Acclamator's finally done. And next stream will probably be another Lego build. But I'll leave that up to y'all. Leave it in the comments or in the chat, and I will see y'all in the next stream.